Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail displayed. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to swishes, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We back with another one. Excuse the Takeover, episode 6, where we gonna get into like the March Madness chaos and everything. But I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in and settle down before we get into these topics. Come in, settle down. Hey, as you're coming in, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you are subscribed to both channels. And make sure you are sharing this out. People want to hear this. People want to hear our takes where we're giving the latest and greatest news on women's basketball on Excuse the Takeover. Okay, come on in, y'all. Come on in. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to hit the like button. What's up with you, Prince? How you doing?
Oh man, look, I'm great. Good to be back. I know we switched times on y'all. We apologize. But it's good to be back, moving forward every Wednesday. I'm feeling good. We got some great topics today. We got some great stuff to break down. So I'm actually excited to get going. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. If you haven't subscribed to all our channels yet, go to this description. All the links are in the description. Just click on the link. You ain't even got to type in no name. Just click on the link. It'll take you to all our channels.
Yeah, and definitely hit the all notification button so you know every time we drop a video or whenever we go live. Excuse the Takeover will be 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. Okay, the time and day is now Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and you'll see why at the end of the show. Why we had to switch it up a little bit because we got some great content coming for y'all. But if you like it, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. We're going to get started here in a little bit. Obviously, it's been a lot going on in the last week and a half in women's basketball, and obviously, especially in women's college basketball. This is their time now. You know what I'm saying? Unrivaled is over. WNBA hasn't quite started. And so March Madness, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters right now is March Madness and what's going on with these college basketball players. So we're definitely going to get into a little bit of that today. We'll get started here in a couple. Come on in, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. All right. Perfect. So look, like I was just saying about college basketball and the excitement around it going on right now, the madness, the chaos, all of that, some upsets, I told you so's, all of that floating around. With these programs, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, a lot of changes being made out of nowhere too with these teams. And it kind of changes the trajectory of who you think is going to make it to the next level. But before we get to that, we're going to get into round 64, March Madness round of 64. Just some of the upsets you may have seen or just the games and what you noticed in watching the games. You know what I'm saying? During March Madness. What did you think about March Madness round of 64?
Shout out to Southern, man. The home state, Louisiana. I just got to give him a shout out, man. Shout out to Southern, man. for making the NCAA tournament and not the NIT. So shout out to them for that. I was disappointed in Utah in the round of 64. I definitely thought they would at least get to the Sweet 16. I was disappointed in Utah. I mean, not the Sweet 16, the round of 32 matchup against South Carolina. So I was disappointed in Utah. They lost to Indiana in the round of 64. Literally was never a game. So shout out to Indiana for putting their stamp on March Madness, even though they went home in the next round. I mean, South Carolina only beat them by I think like 11 or something like that. I forgot what it was, but they ended up going home in the next round. They put up a good fight for 9 seed, right? So I mean, South Carolina's a juggernaut. So Vanderbilt, same thing. They lost to Oregon. We already know who Oregon point guard is. Kelly's one of my top 10 point guards. Keith, I don't know how you feel about her. I think she's a dog. She's switching schools. She's definitely proved that it ain't a system, it's me. So shout out to her for holding it down. Other than that, not too much in the round of 64 from me. I mean, outside of that, everybody really did what they were supposed to do. Arkansas State, you could have stayed at home. I don't even know why you came out. You could have just went to the NIT. You probably could have made some noise there. I don't know what that was about. You could have stayed at home, honestly. Like you didn't even put up a fight. Like that was bad. You didn't even put up a fight. Nebraska, hey, you almost pulled it off. You turned the ball over too much, but Nebraska almost so before you go, Keith, you know who I'm really upset with? Iowa State.
Okay.
I'm upset with Iowa State because you had the front court advantage and she turned into Magic Johnson. I mean, Crooks, you should have took at least 25 shots. I think she ended up taking like 18. You should have at least 25. Like,
but ain't she had like a 30 piece or something? I think. I mean, it sounded like
she had 20. She had 28. She had 28. She should have took at least 30 shots. Like, like Michigan just.
So it's Audi Crooks or bust, is what you telling me?
Yeah, exactly. She gotta again. Sometimes, Keith, you gotta understand the positioning, right, and understand the advantages. Because when she gets to the next level, you look at the next level, right? Some games, Asia Wilson might come out and be like, my team don't got it. I'm getting up 30 to 35 shots. My team don't got it, right? When you're supposed to be the X factor on that team, is your responsibility, especially when March Madness comes, to look around the locker room and be like, I got us today. You can get us tomorrow, but I got us today. And I mean, can she even go back? I don't know if she has a 50. You think she's going back?
You talking about Audi Crooks?
Yeah.
She got like 2 more years, don't she?
I thought she was. Isn't she a junior?
If she's either a sophomore or a junior, she has like a year or 2 left, which people are saying she should transfer.
Okay, she's a sophomore.
See, she got 2 years left. It might be better for her. Transfer. Yeah, I think it might be better for her to transfer, to be honest, because she needs to hear some stuff about. She needs to hear some stuff about if she wants to go to the WNBA, what she actually needs to do, and where she can get better at. I personally think, and I think this isn't the program where they're gonna push her. You get what I'm saying? And I think she could. I mean, go to the next level.
Unless you want to stand on her own, right? I mean, because outside of that, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. And yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't like the way she runs up the court. Like, I mean.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's what I'm saying. The way she runs up and down the court, all of that. I'm thinking she needs to go to a program where they're going to be honest about her, about what changes she would need to make it to the next level. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And she's definitely a powerhouse, and can continue to be. But I think transferring is going to be the best thing for her. I definitely thought Iowa State was going to make some more noise because I think they did last year for the most part. But yeah, I mean, they couldn't get over the hump and it was Audi Crooks or bust. The guards didn't show up. Some of the teams you mentioned as well, I think in round 64, thinking they would do better. I definitely can agree with. Let me see here. I mean, I had Kentucky. Oh no, that's the wrong one. My bad, y'all. That's the round of 32 upsets. It's more so on the other side and where I had a couple as well. Let me see. I'm with you on Utah and Indiana. I definitely thought they were going to do more. I'm with you on Vanderbilt and Oregon as well. I thought Vanderbilt was going to do more. You mentioned Deja Kelly. I do like Deja Kelly. I do. I mean, it seems like nobody really talked about her because she transferred to Oregon. So it's kind of like, because I don't even see her on mock drafts or anything. Which, yeah, I mean, she's not on no drafts, and point guards is one of the things that is hard to come by, and so I'm actually shocked that she's not on any drafts. With her being a pretty good point guard, and she a bucket getter too. You know what I'm saying? She a bucket getter. She got her spots. You know what I'm saying? She gets to her spot, she gonna hit her shots. You know what I'm saying? So, and she doesn't shy away from the moment. I definitely noticed that about her. Like, she don't shy away from the moment. She's not scared to take the last shot. She's not scared to, try to come through in the clutch. And there's a lot to be said about that. So
she averaged 20. I mean, she averaged 20 in the two rounds. I mean, she had 20 both games. So it ain't like she puts up stinkers. I mean, I mean, she was 100% from the 3-point line and against Vandy, and then she was 50% from the 3-point line against Duke. I mean, what's not to like about her? I don't know.
I don't know if it was the school or what. And it's not like Oregon isn't like I ain't saying they like a South Carolina or something, but like it's still Oregon. It's not like she went to like, you know what I'm saying? Nebraska or something.
I mean, maybe she should have stayed. I mean, whoever her agent is, hey, maybe they. Hey,
I mean, because North Carolina is
because wasn't she
is in the Sweet 16.
Last year, she was supposed to come out, but she ended up staying and transferred.
Yes,
she should have came out last year.
Probably.
Sometimes you overstay your welcome.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that's probably what she should have did.
Teams are like, maybe
and they got blown out. What in Sweet 16 was it? They got blown out in?
No, they only lost by they lost by 6 points
last year. No.
Last year they got
last year. I think it was Sweet 16 or round of 32. It was North Carolina versus South Carolina. Yeah, and they blew them out. But I mean, that was like whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about her, but I'm hoping maybe she gets a training contract or something, or maybe there's something personal to her that we don't know. Because I do know that she aspires to kind of report basketball. So I don't know. We'll see if we see we'll see if we see a little bit more of her later on.
I will say this though, Key. So her rookie season, right? Her freshman season, I think she averaged like 10 or 11 points. Her next 3 seasons, she averaged 16. This year, she only averaged 12 points, I think, and like 3 assists. So I think going to Oregon actually hurt her. Like, I think she should have. I think she should have just came out. I mean, what other point guards came out? I mean,
last year,
let me throw this.
Yeah, she should have came out actually because
this team later. Imagine her on Chicago Sky last year.
If she would have came out, right?
Yeah. I mean, even training camp invite types, but I think she could have got drafted last year.
No. I think she could have got drafted as well because when you think about it too, it's like yeah, JC Sheldon, Caitlin Clark, I don't know what other point guards was in the Daisha Fair was, I guess, considered she was like 12 or something. So
Yeah, but
I think
she wasn't really a point guard. They had her kind of like in that that combo guard area, kind of like that off the bench scorer. I think that's why it was hard for her to make a team because they already had labeled her as like kind of like a microwave scorer.
okay. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, she would have been a top. I had her last year's draft. I had her as a top 5 point guard coming out of college last year, and she ended up making the decision to stay. I think because remember, she makes a lot of Deja Kelly has all those NIL deals, you know,
yeah,
the model deals and all of that. So maybe that motivated her because this is her 5th year. She can't go
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Can't go back. So I
yeah,
mean, she's been in college 5 years. I mean,
yeah.
when
I
you
mean,
average
we'll
16
see.
points at a blue chip school for 3 straight seasons, come out.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing else you could do. Come out.
yeah. I don't know what it was about the Oregon program where she was like, yeah, that's where I should go. Like, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what will happen in the future with her. But those are kind of our round of 64 upsets so far. I think round 32 may have a couple more. I don't know about upsets per se, but kind of like, well, I thought this team was going to win and they did not. But I could see the other team winning too. For me, round of 32, you had, let me go back over here. I definitely had Kentucky over Kansas State. I thought Kentucky was going to beat Kansas State, which it was close. It really could have went either way. Man, Amore should have hit that layup off the backboard. She tried to do a little teardrop. It bounced on both sides of the rim and did not go in. I mean, it was literally that simple. And they just didn't make it. So I definitely thought Kentucky was gonna pull that one off, but they weren't able to. So maybe that will be the upset for me. Let me see what else we got. Everything else pretty much. I thought LSU was gonna beat Florida State. I had Ole Miss over Baylor. I know others had Baylor over Ole Miss because Baylor was bigger in the paint, things like that to get them the edge. So I could see where people think the Ole Miss is an upset. Yeah. I watched most of it and it came down to it wasn't like it was literally at one point they was trading buckets in the fourth with like 2 minutes to go. And then Ole Miss was able to edge it out. I'm hoping Ole Miss uses those powers with UCLA as well. They just have this weird way of mucking stuff up. They really do. So I think that's really all they did with Baylor to pull it out. So we can say that's somewhat of an upset too. I had Alabama over Maryland. And it was close. That was another one that was very close, but Maryland was able to edge it out. So there's that one. Let me see. I had Duke over Oregon. Everything else pretty much makes sense. I did choose Louisville over TCU, y'all, but I knew TCU was gonna win. But I don't really care.
You had Louisville?
I did just on some like I got Ole Miss versus UCLA, but it's like if UCLA won, I would not be surprised. But I just don't mess with that team. I got Tennessee over Texas because I just don't really mess with Texas like that. Like there's certain teams that's just kind of like fraudulent to me, so I'm just gonna pick the other one because of that reason. But I knew TCU was gonna win. Especially would have been a revenge game for HBL. So but yeah, those were kind of my upsets. What about I know some people said, I think some people thought the Ohio State Tennessee one, I think some people had Ohio State. I had Tennessee, so that one could be seen as an upset for some people, but yeah.
The Ohio State? I mean,
And Tennessee. Some people had Ohio State, I think.
UCLA scared me in that first half against Richmond. I was like, oh Lord. Because I actually got UCLA losing this round right here. So according to my predictions, even though my bracket is busted. But shout out Kentucky.
Yeah.
But Hey, the young lady, I think her name is Dugan. Hey, she a baller.
Dugan on
I
what?
don't know what year she's in, but her name's Dugan, the Dogan. She's a baller for Richmond. I think she had like 27. Like she's
Richmond.
a baller. Key, remember when we was doing our bracket? I called it about Ole Miss. I told people all year, look, y'all, I watch basketball. I know, look. I told y'all about Ole Miss. First of all, Baylor turns the ball over too much, and you're going against Ole Miss, who gonna get in your face and press you and guard you from inbound to the rim. I think the turnovers was like 21-13. I think like you're not beating Ole Miss with a 20. And I keep telling people this: SEC is the best conference. So even what some consider your bottom feeder teams are better than some conferences' top teams. So yes, they were probably ranked a step lower because I think they were 5 and Baylor was 4. Yes, they were probably ranked a step lower because Baylor won more in their conference. And let's not get it confused. Baylor isn't in a good conference. Like Baylor conference isn't good. I mean, they beating up on nobodies. So you go against Ole Miss, and Ole Miss just say we just got better athletes than you do. Like that's all it was. Like they were turning them over. Like a couple. I was watching the game. It was like 2 or 3 times. Key, they couldn't even get past half court.
Yeah,
like they had to go. They had to coach called timeout. They had to bring out they press breaker. I was like, in a college game, you got to bring out a press breaker. You don't got no point guard. Like I was like, yeah, this game over. Soon as I seen that happen, I was like, this game over. They literally, when a team make you bring out a press breaker, I'm gonna give y'all some advice. You got punked. If a team in March Madness makes you bring out a press breaker, you got punked, and you're not winning that game. The coach literally told Ole Miss, "We not better than y'all." Like when you got to bring out that kind of, you're not better than us.
Yeah.
So I was shocked about that. Outside of that game, I mean, Kentucky, Georgia, more. I was just bragging on you. I was literally just like, I could see Chicago getting you 5'6", but we got a tall team this year, right? We got, I think, 8 players that's 6 feet or taller. You can kind of hide her on defense, put height on the perimeter. You got Camilla, rim protector. They ain't getting to the rim anyway. Rim protector. So I was like, maybe you can hide her a little. But I was disappointed. Honestly, I was disappointed in they first half lost them that game. I was disappointed in their first half. Georgia Moore did have a good game, but their first half wasn't like impressive to me as far as like the type of team I thought they were. Look, I had them. I had them in the Sweet 16. They were right there. Hey, Sundell for Kansas State. Shout out to her. Look, I've been hard on her all season. Her game is slow. I don't think it's going to translate to the next level. Key. Maybe you feel differently about her. I think her game is too slow. So but that's really why I'm at with around the 34 games. That's like I thought Oregon would actually play a little better. Honestly, I thought they would play a little better against Duke because I didn't think Duke really played defense. So I thought they would play a little better. Yeah,
that's all they have. Not all they have, but that's a bulk of their game is the fact that they play defense.
No, look, I thought Duke had defensive players as a team. I don't think Duke is a good defensive team. They have it's like a middle of the pack defense. They have good defensive players in their starting 5, and one of their guards off the bench. She's pesky. She can break up screens and stuff like that. So they got defensive like anchors, but I don't think as a collective team they really play good defense. You get to Oregon was getting to the rim. Kelly had 20 against them too, like she did against Vandy. It's just that they couldn't hit shots. I mean,
Yeah,
even though
Oregon
they only
down the
lost by
stretch
6.
it wasn't a blowout,
Yeah,
and
they only
it
lost by
literally
6.
came down to the end. So
Yeah,
I mean,
they just couldn't hit shots. Like,
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
because Kelly went 100% against Vandy, maybe 75, they win that game. Maybe 60, they win that game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, those first rounds, like I said, it's a couple that you didn't see coming, but most of them you kind of did. The Ole Miss, I had Ole Miss. I thought Ole Miss would win that one, so that one really wasn't a shock to me. You did have Florida State over LSU though. You had them beating LSU. Don't know why he had that, but that's how he felt. Everybody has their own feelings about things.
Oh, me. I forgot. I tried to skip it. I didn't want to bring it up. Hey, look.
That's why you're like, oh, they shocked me. They shocked me. I'm like, why he shocked? Oh,
hey, Key, I'm streaming on Facebook, man. You got my people back home thinking I'm a traitor, man. You gonna have them thinking I'm a traitor, man. I tried to skip it.
Like, now I know. I know why he's saying that. Okay. Look, but hey, y'all, hey. We'll move on from that. I'm definitely excited for this next round though. Round of 64, round of 32. Now we on the Sweet 16. This is where stuff get real for real. This is where we see who really wanted the most. That's what I like to think. 16 going forward. It's a dog fight. It's a dog fight. Who's better than who? So I'm excited to see what comes up next with that. Now, obviously, man, exciting time in March Madness. Exciting rounds coming up, but we had just a terrible moment happen. Unfortunately, Juju Watkins went down in USC's last game against Mississippi State. Listen, terrible. I mean, I have enough words to describe that injury. Now, I would never want to see any player get injured, but it took the wind out of everybody that Juju Watkins got injured. It almost, and I'm not going to go as far as to say this, almost takes the fun out of March Madness now, because the competitive nature of it that you wanted to see, you won't be able to see in a certain dynamic. Obviously, USC versus Yukon, we wanted that rematch. We wanted to see Paige and Juju at it. And it's like, we're not going to be able to see that. We wanted to see maybe USC could have beat Yukon and made it to the next level. So the injury is just, it's terrible. ACL torn, but we're going to send love and prayers out to Juju Watkins for sure on a speedy recovery, a successful surgery. And we know that Juju will come back even better when she gets out of surgery, because she's an absolute dog. And she has an amazing future ahead of her. And so I'm excited to see what she does when she gets back. But because of this injury, we have to ask ourselves the question, what can you see USC do without Juju? How far can they go without Juju? Because she's done for this season with a torn ACL. I'm going to go first. In my bracket, I do have them beating Kansas State. I'll be honest though, y'all, I have not watched enough of Kansas State. Like, I haven't watched their other games and stuff like that. I watched a bit of the Kentucky and Kansas State game. That would be my first time seeing Kansas State, to be honest. So I don't know their game that well. And I'm almost just picking USC off the strength of that's Juju's team. I'm a rock with them. She would want me to rock with them. And so I do have USC beating Kansas State. I don't have USC beating Yukon now. I don't have them beating Yukon now. I may not have had them beating them before, but it was one of those things where I'm like, well, they got Juju, so they could they could beat them. So I don't have them going past Elite Eight. What about you?
Shout out to Kiki. I mean, I've always said people was up in arms on how Kiki looked coming out of Stanford, right? like not her team anymore. It's gonna be Juju offense. Kiki is a complimentary star, and a lot of people don't really understand what that means, and they think her game regressed. Her game didn't regress. You're playing alongside one of the most prolific, popular, one of the most skillful women's college players of all time. What do you think was going to happen? I'm glad Kiki didn't let the noise get to her. She stayed the course. Sometimes you just got to be Robin. Yesterday she showed y'all, well, the other day she showed y'all, I can really be Batman. If Stephanie says this or that, I can really be Batman. But I know the position that I'm in, and I know the responsibility and what I gotta do. That Kiki literally the other day showed y'all, Kiki is a winner. And this is 2 examples why I'm saying that. She showed y'all she tempered her game to fit the USC system. Secondly, when Juju went down, she said, "Get on my back, I got you." Was she ended with like 44?
Yeah, I think so.
44?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like USC scares me though, because they don't play enough defense. They gonna have to I don't even think they rebound that well either. Like, they don't play great perimeter or front court defense, rim protection defense, and they don't rebound very well.
Do you have them beating Kansas State, sir? Do you have them beating Kansas State, sir?
Hey, this young lady Sundell just won't leave me alone. I'm trying to get her off my radar, man. People been telling me all year, you hating on her, so look, she can't get out my purview, man. I need her gone, and it can't happen. I need her gone, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to deal with her and people writing me on Instagram for a whole nother week. Like, stop writing me on Instagram. No, I don't like her. I think she's slow. She's not a good point guard. I'm about to take my Instagram off of YouTube. Stop writing me on Instagram. The other day when they beat Kentucky, everybody sending me clips. Somebody even emailed me a clip. Man, I don't care. She's not a WNBA player. Leave me alone. That's my stance, and I'm sticking to it.
Hey, people funny. Look,
12 videos on Instagram. People man. She's not an WNBA point guard. She moved too slow.
People are hilarious.
To deal with this for one more week, man.
Look, we definitely gonna see. Let me get to this super chat really quick.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Hey, shout out to Broclaw for the $2 super chat. Steady Servant Entertainment. Go over there and subscribe to his channel when y'all get a chance. He said, y'all keep doing it. Love y'all. Hey, shout out to you, Broclaw. Shout out to That's one of our elders. Love him. He got some good stuff over on his channel. So definitely go check him out. Appreciate you supporting Broclaw. I got to text you. I got to check on you. But yeah, look, the Kiki thing. I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, I think people are making the Kiki thing a lot more difficult than it needs to be. She transferred to a school she was not at the last few years. It's her first year. Also, a lot of the players on the court, it's their first year at that school, in that system. The people Juju was playing with last year, a lot of them are gone and graduated. I think none of them returned, to be completely honest, and is not on the floor with her. So, whole new team trying to figure each other out. I get it. You feel like by now they should have, but it's Juju's team. Either y'all gonna be okay with that or y'all not. It's weird when y'all start to be like, oh, just getting on Kiki like that. She's in a system. I'm not going to say that does not work for her, but it's not for her, right? So obviously with Juju being gone, I'm not saying it's better for the team, but you see her step up in a certain way because she's able to play more freely because she's next up. But she's not going to be the person to get the ball dominantly. And it seems like I think people are expecting that or expecting her to have like takeover moments when Juju Watkins is on the floor. We got to be honest about who Juju Watkins is at this point. She's a phenom. She's a phenom. That's either you with it or you not. And then when you playing on a team with a phenom, it's just what it is. You just got to be okay with that. I never thought her draft stock should have dropped because of this year. I think that's foolishness. I think it's pure foolishness. It just is. I mean, just because
this top 5, like that's wild.
They like, oh, Kiki, she just playing so terrible. She's just in a system that don't work for her. It doesn't work for her. She feels uncomfortable. I could tell when she does get touches, she kind of rushes. She doesn't allow the game to come to her. Little things like that. She's not a post player. You feel me? That's not her game. She's not a post player, but she's in the post a lot. You got Ray and Marshall next to her too. She had Cam Brent complimenting her. Ray Marshall does not compliment her at all.
Nah, she being
not at all. And I can see why.
Her way.
Exactly. To be completely honest, and honestly, Ray Marshall, I have a lot of things to say about Ray Marshall. I know y'all love Kennedy Smith too.
Hey, get it off. We on the USC. We on the USC topic. Get it off.
I know y'all love Kennedy Smith too. Look, I still have USC beating Kansas State, but I could hear what Zoe is saying because Ray Marshall has no offensive bag. No offensive bag. It's and I'm not saying like everybody on the team got to be defensive and offensive or off, you know what I mean? But girl, you're under the goal. She don't be having nothing to work with for real. Kennedy Smith, great defensive player. She too needs to work on her offense. She don't got a lot of offense to offer as well. You got the freshman point guard Heckle. And then you got the other point guard, number 10, coming off the bench. I cannot remember her name. And they both seem like they're still learning, as they should be. And those mistakes are the mistakes you can't have during March Madness. And that's why I can see them going down, because I don't think this team is prepared to go against a lot of teams without the load that Juju carries. It has to be. I think Kiki steps up in a big way, but the other players have to as well. And I think they're going to try. Don't get me wrong. I seen it in them. I think they're going to try, but I think it's just one of them things where they're going to fall short. So,
yeah. I mean, we talked about this the other day, right, on Star Central Hoop, about like you take feet out of the Lynx offense, no matter how good the rest of that team is. When you take somebody out in the middle of whatever you're going, the middle of the battle, your team is hard for them to adjust because they used to you being in that spot, right? For USC on the fly, they're going to have to figure out how to actually get offense on the perimeter, because Kiki isn't a perimeter player. She's more of a 15 to 10 feet player. Like, that's why I agree with you. She's not back to the basket. And with Juju, she's relegated to being back to the basket because she can't shoot threes. Like, Juju needs that area around the elbow to work, and that's where Kiki's game is. So one of them had to sacrifice, and it just happened to be Kiki. That's why I agree with Key. Y'all, I'm about to take some of y'all cards one day. Some of y'all got to give me y'all basketball cards, man, because I don't understand. Like, she's a mid-range player. Juju operates in the mid-range, so she got to move and she got to become a 5 to 8 feet player, and that's not her game. She's athletic. She needs to move into space. Like look at that clip they just showed on the screen. Like, she caught it on a nail and hit it on the like, she's quick. Like, she needs to be in space. And when Juju's on the floor, the coach got her 5 to 8 feet, so she really can't show her game. So they gonna have to figure out who their shooters are and try to give them some open looks versus Juju drawing the double team and kicking to them. The coach is going to have to get in the film room and say, okay, let's run this. Let's run this rub screen. Let's run this V cut. Let's run this U curl. Let's run this flare. Get you an open shot. See if you can get going. Like, this game is going to be on the coach, not on the players. This is going to be the coach's game.
We'll definitely see how she can adjust on the fly, knowing that Kiki went down. Knowing that Juju went down. She's definitely going to have to adjust on the fly. You know, some of the things that you just brought up that she's going to have to implement. But they're going to have to show up against Kansas State. I think they beat Kansas State personally. I really do. Now, Yukon. Yeah, I think they beat Kansas State. Do you know something I don't know? Like, because I think they do. But again, I haven't watched enough of Kansas State. Do they got enough defense?
Who?
USC.
No, USC don't. USC didn't play defense when Juju was there. So they sure ain't gonna play it now. So
hey, listen,
they lost a 6'2", probably 6'3" wing. You definitely in trouble now. Like, because Kiki is a athletic. It's weird because Kiki is athletic, but she's slow footed. If that makes sense.
Yes,
like she's very slow footed
on defense. Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't know if that's just not. She'd be like, I don't want to defend her. What? Because yeah, she is athletic. She's fast. She can move. She's agile. But then she can't slide her damn feet. Like, girl, I don't understand it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. That game will be on Friday. I think it's at like 9 or 10 or something like that in between there. We gonna see if they could pull it off. Again, it's very unfortunate that Juju went down. 7 your time? The USC game is late on Friday. Women's college basketball March Madness Friday.
I think it's 7 Eastern.
Oh, it's not even Friday. I'm bugging. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm thinking about Ole Miss and
Saturday, huh?
I'm thinking about Ole Miss and UCLA. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not even on Friday. My bad. We're gonna see about Kansas State and USC on Friday for sure. Let me get to this super sticker real quick.
Is when you lay your head on that pill at night, you know I gave you everything I had.
What's going on, Van? Shout out to you for the super sticker, $1.99 super sticker. I think you come through like every live I do or any video and drop a little change on it. Appreciate you for that, Van, and always supporting the channel. So yeah, I mean, again, it's gonna be an uphill battle for USC. But look, I wish them nothing but the best with their best player going down. And again, prayers and successful surgery and all of that good stuff to Juju. And we'll be excited to see her come back. Man, she ain't even gonna be there next year. Like, I'm just, God, man. ACL take 9 months to 2 years, y'all. 9 months.
You think she ain't playing all next year?
Knowing her, right? Her personality, no. I think
what month we in? March. Okay. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I got her back before Christmas.
Well, you know, South Carolina versus USC is December 20-something. They got 2 games.
I got her back maybe 2 games before that. She's gonna have 2 warm-up games.
I have her back, but that doesn't mean I think she should be. That's my perspective, y'all.
Okay. Yeah, I got her back.
I got her because the type of competitor she is, I see her not playing an entire year. I don't see that. However, I think that's what would be best for her when it comes to ACL, the science behind how quickly you can tear it again, the shorter the time span and stuff like that. I back. So that's just where I'm at. But I see her come. I don't see her taking her whole junior year off. I just don't see that. So we'll definitely see. But listen, speaking of what the coach needs to do for USC to make them successful in these next few games, hey, we got some great news yesterday about Chicago Sky and their final hiring of Rena I don't want to get her last name wrong. Rena Wakama. Rena Wakama.
It's Renee
So
Wakama.
Renee. Oh, okay. Renee
Yeah,
Wakama. My bad.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah.
Renee. Congratulations. I seen I saw I saw that she was hired. And I went and checked everything out. I did remember her because I remember her from watching the Olympics. And I remember, the story behind that team and it being a big deal, how far they had made it, etc. And they credited her for it. So definitely went and took more looks at her. She's FIBA Coach of the Year. Young and has many accolades, a former ball player. I think she's going to add a freshness, a newness to the coaching staff as well. I think she's known for some of her defensive and offensive schemes as well. So congratulations to her. But now look, y'all, we have Tyler Marsh and an all-black woman staff. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things and optics that I've spoken on personally about the Chicago Sky and what's going on, and certain things or whatever. So it's still great to see that the group of black women behind him that's probably going to be his bravado for real. He's a really chill, soft-spoken guy. I'm looking forward to seeing if he got that energy. But I know these women definitely will. So listen, Tanisha Wright is a former head coach. Now, you could say she was good, bad at it, whatever. She was also on the Olympic team as well, but she has the experience. So I think it was a smart hire in that aspect. I think she also is known for defense as well. You got Courtney Harris, who is there to work with the bigs. Quiet as it's kept, man. Would have loved Lisa Leslie, but hey, I know she's going to be amazing as well. But yeah, she's there to work with the bigs. She's known for being the longest streak, I believe, in women's college basketball of double doubles. I don't think it's been broken yet. So she's going to be there for obviously Camilla and E-Will and Angel. And then I not she was still on the staff. I thought she left with Spoon.
Who?
The lady with the locks.
Oh, you talking about Crystal Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
No, she's still there.
Okay.
So it's Courtney Paris, Tanisha Wright, Renee Wakama, and Crystal Robinson. She's still there. Yeah, because she got hired last year. But she has a connection with somebody in the front office. Because she used to play. So
yeah.
She's like a Nola Henry. Like Nola Henry was with the Sparks. That's kind of like her. Like she's more of that assistant coach you see at practice, working with the perimeter players.
Got you.
That's kind of like her role. She's not like first, second chair.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of times they kind of stay behind with the next regime if the coach feels like they're a great developmental coach. They kind of stay behind, kind of like Phil Handy did with the Lakers a couple years ago. He literally was there with 3 different coaches because he was a great developmental coach. That's what she is. That's kind of what she is.
Okay. Well, I like the hires, y'all. I do like the hires, to be honest. It seems like that was a well thought out process from what I feel like, unlike other things were. So I'm excited to see what they do. I feel as though they will do great things. I think he was very specific in his hirings too. I think it's a reason why obviously he hired these successful ladies. And I'm excited to see them work with our ladies. And I think they're gonna do some great things. But what you think about and I think, to touch on the fact that all of them are former players, yeah. I do think that goes a long way with coaching players.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start with Tyler Marsh. Still TBD for me. I need
Yeah.
to see, like, Chicago Sky had too much going on last year. They don't need an offensive coach. They need a leader. You get what you kind of get where I'm going with that, Key? Like,
Yeah.
it's good that he's can come in with some X's and O's and run some sets. I think Chicago Sky needs a leader. And that's why it's TBD, because I need to see him in a leadership role as far as like galvanizing the troops. Like, hey, this is a different year. Because again, that stench is still in that locker room. Whether the players going or not, like the stench of last season is still in that locker room. It's up to the coach to come in there with a new aroma. And that's what I'm interested to see how it looks with him. I believe in his X's and O's. I'm not too concerned about his offense. I mean, he came from championship organizations with one of the best players this generation or any generation, in my opinion. So like, I'm not worried about none of that stuff. I want to see what he looks like as far as like him leading the team and galvanizing the troops and getting the front office on the same page. Kind of see like if he's gonna be a middleman. Like, is he a yes man? I'm wondering, like, what is he? Is he a yes man or he like, nah? I need to, I need to create my own path, my own, like, kind of like I need to create it to where players in 2026 or beyond gonna be like, that is Tyler Marsh's system, right? Versus Jeff's system or Chicago Sky situation. You know, I need, so with him, jury's still out.
For sure.
Renee, look, this is about to be controversial, but Tyler Marsh, you messed this up. She replacing you. This is about to be controversial. Look, I like to be honest and keep it real. You messed this up. She replacing you. Look, Keith, I thought the Los Angeles Sparks were going to get her. She was in their coaching search. I thought she was a shoe-in for the Sparks. I thought she was literally going to the Sparks. And when that didn't happen, I was like, maybe she don't want to coach. Maybe she didn't take the interview. So, but when I seen her with that welcome under the Chicago Sky, the first thing that came to mind, Key, I said, Tyler Marsh. You play if you want. You better create something. You play if you want. Because I watch her coach the Olympics, and you know she was at Tulane last year. Shout out to the Green Waves. You know she was at Tulane last year. Hey, she's a phenomenal coach. The way she can get players, because remember, USA put them out in the Olympics, but I think USA was beating them by like 25-30. In the fourth quarter, they went on like a 20-2 run and 14. Look, and I was watching the game. They were down 25, Key, and the players were sitting down listening to her. See, I don't watch what people say. I watch body languages. Because any coach can get in the huddle and say stuff. I watch players' body languages. And like the way that she just can.
So that's why I said it seems like they're gonna be his bravado, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad. Like you just said, I don't, because that's why I said that. It seems like they're gonna be his bravado because he's very. I just haven't, like you said, to be determined. He's just very chill, very soft spoken. I mean, it's really weird. Little motivational, positive affirmations in his speeches, little stuff like that. That I'm like. I mean, I don't know. I don't hear the bravado. And it's not about the sound. I do make fun of the fact that he whispers and shit like that and stuff like that.
He's very soft-toned.
He's very soft-spoken, but you could be soft-spoken and still, like you just said, galvanize the troops, like get everybody behind you. This is not about the X's and O's. This is about rebuilding towards the future. and having that strong presence. And it's like you kind of question if he can be that and do that. So I didn't expect you to say that, but now that you said it, it's like I was saying it, but in a different way. I didn't know I was saying it though. Like, yeah, I mean, great staff. It's perfect. I like it, but you got a lot.
That's my two concerns. Like Tanisha Wright, Courtney. I think they're going to be kind of like practice coaches, getting the bigs to understand, getting the guards. These two, that's why I really didn't mention them. These are my two most important pieces. Because I think she's definitely first chair. Definitely. Ain't no doubt about it. She's definitely first chair. And yeah, Key, that might get him in trouble though, because again, he should be a head coach right now. Again, if Jeff feels like the players, I'm telling, look, if Jeff walks into practices, if he's having these open door meetings with Angel and Camilla and whoever else, and they're like, Renee is this, Renee is that, and Chicago Sky does not have a good season, good luck. Good luck. Because see what's going to happen is if a coach gets fired next year, she's getting interviewed.
She's getting interviewed for sure.
And if Chicago don't have a good season like Jeff wants them to, and Jeff gets wind that she's an interview candidate, you best believe he's not letting her walk.
It's new teams coming too, y'all. Like it's new teams coming.
Yeah,
it's not
that's what
just
I'm saying. She's gonna be.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
I'm excited though. I think she's gonna be the difference in our defense. She's a great motivator and a great defensive specialist coach. I think she's going to be the difference in our defense this year. I think she's going to get them in the right position. That's why I like what you said earlier. It won't be Tyler Marsh. Renee will be the reason they run through a brick wall. I think it will be her. Tyler Marsh will put him in position to run through that brick wall, but she will be the reason they run through it.
She's gonna be that to me. She's gonna be the connector. When I saw she was hired, that's what I thought. I was like, oh yeah, she's gonna be the connector. I'm not gonna say it's because of her age though, y'all. It's but that youthful, like you just said, run through they love that about. Don't get that twisted. They love that type of stuff about Teaspoon. Teaspoon's youthful. She's older, but she's youthful in that, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that she has that quality as well. But even more, she's also an upgraded version of it because she, more advanced than a Teaspoon. So it's like they're gonna get the best of both worlds with her. You get what I'm saying? And I think, the players will be able to relate to her, things like that, a lot easier. It's nothing like being a Black woman with another Black woman, you feel me? And then another Black woman who's been where you're at. And then again, I don't want to harp on her age. She's like 32, I think. As successful as she is, 32, she should be a head coach. I think it's going to be easy for an Angel to be like, I look to her. I want to go talk to her over, the other coaches possibly, or Tyler Marsh. I could see that happening. That's just, I don't know. That's just me.
I'm wondering. I was doing my research on her yesterday. I'm wondering what you think about this. I'm wondering if she was a big focus for them because of Michaela. Because this is why I say that. If you actually watch Renee play, when she played on the Olympic team in 15. They didn't qualify though, but she played on the FIBA team for Nigeria. If you watch the way she plays, and some of the players she even had on Nigeria team this year, there's a lot of Michaela prototypes on that team. 3-and-D, stockies. Like, I'm wondering, because Tyler Marsh has been raving about Michaela. he feel like she's the X factor, the piece that they got to get going if they're gonna be successful. From his speeches, from what he said, he's high on Michaela, and I think Chicago Sky themselves are trying to figure out if we need to move on or not. And I think this year gonna be make or break for her, and they giving her every opportunity possible to be the best her. So I'm wondering if them looking at Renee saying he can unlock Michaela. What you think about that, Keith?
That's definitely a possibility. I remember Michaela tweeting about her during the Olympics and, you know, the Nigerian team, stuff like that. Look, you got Nneka Ogwumike out there who's going to be a free agent next year as well. That previously was supposed to come over to the Chicago Sky, but we didn't have a practice facility. I think hiring her does. Yeah, it has to do with her, right? And it has to do with other players that may have a lot of respect and revere her for what she did in the Olympics last year. I think players are going to want to come play for her. I think she's a different. I do like when you look at all the staffs, she's a difference maker. Be honest. Tell me she's not. When you look at all the staffs, I mean, Dallas, yes, we love that team and the people on that team, but it's like first year head coach Nola Henry. Like, it's nobody. Maybe the Connecticut Sun and that coach might be an interesting coach in the future, but none of the coaching staffs to me is like, this is a hire right here. This is a hire. You know, I don't know. That's just me. That's how I feel about it.
Hey, that might be a future topic. Coming into the season, who has the best coaching staff? We're gonna have to do our homework and see, because I'm thinking I'm looking around the league, and again, we got 121 people in here. Hit the like button, man. Shout out to my people coming from Facebook. Hit the like button on Facebook, or look, click over to the YouTube and make sure you're a subscriber. I'm trying to think around the league. I think maybe Dallas. No, because Kurt Miller in Dallas, right?
Kurt Miller is the GM in Dallas, but he hired a first-year head coach.
I'm wondering if Chicago has the only former player coaching staff, like everybody across the board.
I believe so.
We're gonna have hey, y'all stay tuned. We might make that a topic in the future. Who has the top 5 coaching rooms in the WNBA? Closer to the season, that might be a topic. So y'all stay locked in. For sure.
Again, hit the like button, comment and subscribe. I do want to remind you, listen, if you have any questions or anything that you want us to get to, send in a super chat. We'll be happy to answer it during this show. Otherwise, we won't be able to get to it. The chat is moving too fast, things of that nature. If there's any comments you want us to know, you're going to have to hit the super chat to let us know. And we appreciate it. It makes the show better. It makes the page better. It makes our platforms better. So shout out to y'all for the donations ahead of time. But that's a way that you can get your comments seen and heard, and we can answer them while we're here. Listen, we're in for a season. We Chicago Sky are in for a season. Now we have our coaching staff. We know what we're working with. I gotta see the practice footage. I know they're gonna start marketing practice footage and stuff. I gotta
because Camilla's back, right?
She's in Brazil, but essentially she's not in China.
I know the season's over.
Yeah, she's in Brazil.
China. So she's in Brazil. Okay.
Mm-hmm. She should be back soon for sure. And I'm assuming maybe she get back maybe a little week off or whatever. I'm assuming she'll be back in the gym as well. Michaela has been in the gym with them. Anybody who's in Chicago, I noticed, has been in the gym with them. Yeah, what you thinking?
Okay.
I'm gonna go back. By the way,
Mendoza and Renee at practice yesterday, because I'm still concerned about her being an anchor. I'm just being honest. I'm still concerned about her being an anchor.
Is she the anchor? I thought Angel was the anchor.
Nah, Angel's the roamer. Angel's like the Draymond Green. She's like the roamer, and Camilla is like the Andrew Bogut from the championship years, like the rim protector. kind of like get their points here and there off of alley hoop stuff like that. But Angel Reese is like the Draymond Green, the roamer, the Army Swiss knife. She'll guard a small. She'll take the best big in the backcourt, in the front court. She'll take the biggest wing in the backcourt. Like that's what she is. Camilla's the actual anchor. That's why if you watch my video breakdown I did on them versus the Fever, the first game, no, Barbie night. Remember I was talking about how like in the pick and roll, Camilla doesn't like really communicate on the switches a lot. Like she's so like you can't be quiet on switches. Like I know she got the timid, quiet, kind of like to herself personality, but if you're going to be the anchor, you got to be able to be vocal because you leaving whoever the switch is on, the person that's switching is like just wide open, like because you're not telling them, hey, I got the switch, or hey, I got the screen, I'm a drag, I'm a cover, you chase. Like you got to be able to have those communications, and if she can't do that, that's going to be another problem. We can bring in the best perimeter defensive players we want. We can bring in the best coaches we want. If your anchor can't communicate, good luck.
Yeah, I mean, but why specifically with Rena and not with Courtney?
Because I think Courtney, offensively, I think Courtney will help her.
Okay. It's not the defense, it's the offense.
No, it's not even defense. Being that anchor, I'm not talking about her rim protecting ability. I think she's a rim protector. I'm talking about being the anchor. It's like the safety, right? It's like the linebacker. I need to get everybody in position. It's not about me making the interception of the tackle. I need to just get everybody in position for this play. I think Renee can help her with that as far as understanding, getting her to talk a little more because she's so energetic. I think some of that will rub off on her, you know, because I'm pretty sure she's had a lot of young ladies. She's coached, especially coaching their national team that's kind of probably got Camilla's personality or similar to it where she can kind of tap in. Like I've been around players like that where it's certain coaches, it'll be an assistant coach. They know how to tap into their personality. It's very weird. Some people just connect better with other people. Like I've had assistant coaches who tap into my personality a little better than a head coach. Like it's just, so I think Renee can help her. That's why I need them in the gym today.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about the systematics of it. It's not like really her defense, the systematics.
Got you. I got you. Well, we hope to see that soon for sure. I'm looking forward to the footage of them practicing before preseason, getting them reps in. I want to see what they're looking like. It's going to be an interesting ride this year, but I do feel like this hire gives me a tinge more confidence for this season. And I'm just excited to see what she does. Like, it's crazy. Like, even looking at this little setup on the side here, y'all, with the coaches, like she's my eyes immediately. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. It's not because of like looks or she looks shiny. It's just like I'm telling you, she's giving it up. She's giving up like I'm head coach. Like
she got that glow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look at this picture and I say, who you think the head coach is? You're
gonna say her. You're gonna think it's her. And I think the only reason why people say Tyler is because he's the man, and not to be, you know what I mean? If anybody was to say it, but you're thinking her though. You're thinking she's the head.
You're
coach.
Thinking Tyler's there as the second chair of the developmental guy. Like if you just look at their pictures, like she got that. Like you could just look at somebody's picture and like aura just bleeds off the screen, right? I think with her, like she just has that coaching aura. Like she walks into a gym. And everybody just looks. I think certain people have that aura.
Facts. Listen, so Tyler just said that Rena has proven that she has a winning mindset and attitude. We've seen her success this past summer with the Nigerian national team at the Olympics, building on an impressive winning record and extensive background in coaching and player development. She's an excellent young leader and coach who will make a significant impact on the Skies program. So he obviously sees her potential in that. She gained her success in the 2024 Paris Olympics this past summer, and she was hired on the Nigerian women's national basketball head coach, as the Nigerian women's national basketball head coach in June of 2023, and became the first female coach to ever win the women's Afro basketball title in August of 2023. She led Nigeria to the quarterfinal stage where no African team, men or women, were able to make it out of the group stage prior to that. As one of the youngest head coaches in Olympic history, Wakama was awarded Best Coach by FIBA after her achievements in Paris. And so she said, I'm honored and thankful for Jeff and Tyler for granting me the opportunity to join the Chicago Sky family. I can't stop. It's something, I think she did this on purpose. But Tyler has one of the best basketball minds in the industry, and I'm excited to help him bring his vision to life. I look forward to serving this organization, working alongside the other brilliant minds on staff to create a brand of basketball that is not only competitive, but also fun to watch. Let's get to work is what she said. She's a Raleigh, North Carolina native. She joined the staff at Tulane in 2024 as an assistant coach. Prior to her team with the Green Wave, she spent a year at Stony Brook, a similar role from 2023 to 2024.
Repeat that again, Key. Look. You gotta repeat that again. They ain't hit you in the back. Repeat that again. They ain't hit you in the back.
She's a Raleigh, North Carolina native, joining the coaching staff at Tulane in 2024 as an assistant coach. Prior to her team with the Green Wave, she spent a year at Stony Brook in a similar role from 2023 to 2024. Her team overall record was 28-5. After winning the Coastal Athletic Association regular season title with the 16-2 record. Yeah. I mean, I could keep going, y'all. She got accolades for days. I wanted to give y'all a little bit of background on her if you didn't know about her. I'm also learning about her myself. I got to go back into her college stuff, and I will be going back to watch the games from the Olympics. I did watch the one against the USA. I did not get to watch their games, period, though. They did beat the Australian team, who was led by Sandy Brondello, who had 6 WNBA players on it. Ezzy Magnagor was on that. Atlanta Smith was on the Australian team.
Yeah, the Australian team was talented. Yeah.
Yes, and they beat them. So I got to go back and watch that on YouTube. Yeah. I got to find it.
I think that game right there got her in the national spotlight as far as like what she was doing, because she had beat, I forgot who it was before that, and they had 2 WNBA players on their team. But that game right there, they talked about it on ESPN right after that game. So I think that game right there got her in the spotlight. That game.
For sure. It's a strategic move, I think, by Chicago and by her, to be completely honest. They got expansion teams coming. I'm with you. Jeff might say, I don't want you to go to one of them. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm excited for the season coming up. We're going to be able to see. How many
teams coming next year?
2, I think. Toronto and
Toronto and is it Portland?
Portland. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's Portland name?
I don't think they figured it out. I know Toronto Torpedoes or something. I don't think they figured out what Portland's name is yet. I don't think they figured out the full name for Portland. So, but it's 2 of them.
Yeah. It's
2 next year.
And then sure. I think isn't Cleveland is coming the year after that, right? I think it's Cleveland.
That I don't know. You might be right, but I don't know. Who's coming.
That was the team that just got announced like a couple months ago, like into January, going into February. I think it was Cleveland.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. There's some great things to see in the future. I did not like that a lot of the staff that was hired as head coaches weren't women, and then especially former players and Black women. So it makes me feel good to see that our staff has a lot of former players and Black women, and just keeping that.
Hey, just keep. Hey, y'all, if y'all listening, how many people we got in here? 132. He wants Lisa Leslie to be the head coach. So anytime she say that, she really just talking about.
No. I actually know. You know, I changed my mind.
But she really talking about Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie should be a coach. I don't care what nobody say. But I will say this. If she wasn't a head coach, she should be on a staff. And that might have been a personal thing for her where she's like, unless I'm a head coach, I don't want it. But she absolutely should be on a staff. Like or y'all should pay her to come in. She should be a consultant. I don't know what, but she needs to work with players. That is her calling, if you ask me. Maybe it's not head coach because she won't get to at least be in the thick of it with players as much. So I think she should be working with players for sure.
Did you break down her interview?
I broke down the interview with Angel Reese. Yeah. where
on the interview, did she say because I remember she talked about how they was kind of like blackballing her a little bit with like the coaching jobs. Like, was it assistant coaches or head coaching job she was applying for?
I don't think she ever clarified, but I want to say the way she was talking was like it was head coach positions. I want to say that, but she never clarified. She never said like I was going for assistant coach or head coach. She was like it was two. I think she said it was 2 or 3 teams, and she even got the last interview, and then they went with someone else. So, so I mean, that's how I feel about that. But look, go Sky, as Angel would say, go Sky. But yeah, look, we've talked about the coaching staff over here on Chicago Sky. Let's get into Gino and his peoples. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into Gino and his people. AZ Fudd has decided to return to Yukon. Is that the right decision? And with her returning and Paige obviously not being able to, she has to leave. Actually, I think she could have stayed, but she's leaving. With her leaving, what's the future of Yukon? Was this the right decision for AZ? You know, things of that nature. I mean, I said a little bit on it yesterday. I think it's a toss-up, seriously, 50-50 to me. I think I get why she made the decision. I think she wants to get her feet under her some more. I think next year's draft is weak. She doesn't fall out of the top 10. I think whether people think it or not, she could have possibly fell out of the top 10. I read yesterday an article where they did 6 WNBA anonymous coaches and what they thought. And they had a lot of thoughts about AZ. They thought she was super talented, but none of them were like high on her, if that makes sense. So, I think these players do hear back. They may not hear it. So it's on New York Times confidential. Damn, what did I type in? It was like New York Times something confidential. Let me see if I can see it in my browser. But it's on there. They went through Cheyenne, there's AZ, Paige, Olivia Miles. They went through and they're gonna release more on Kiki Irfin, I think Anissa Morrow. They're releasing it by tidbit. So, and they didn't have it. They felt like her health. They just wasn't messing with it. We want to draft her top 10. It wasn't giving that up at all, their comments. So I think maybe she could have got wind of that. The rookie contracts might change with the CBA. The draft next year is not that good. It's a lot of things that I think she's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? She probably gonna look like the best thing on the team next year as well, since Paige is leaving. And then the only thing is you don't want her to get hurt again. It's like if you get hurt next year, for you, I guess you could say. I would say that's the only reason why people might feel like, hey, no, you need to come out this year. I don't think you should wait. You need to come out this year, because it's so many moving variables that's like, this could be a mistake if you don't come out this year. So I could see why people feel like she should, but I could see why she didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what you think?
I don't like talking about people, but whoever convinced AZ Fudd to go back to college should be put in an insane asylum. What are we doing? First of all, you came in with Paige, even though Paige was a year before you, but you literally came in with Paige, right? Like they're kind of like the same regime. It's kind of like the Fee Stewie kind of thing. Like even though they was year after, they was together. Like that's their group. Paige is going. Sarah Strong is not your group. You get what I'm saying, Key? Like that doesn't make sense to you. Like that's not your group. AZ, you're about to overstay your welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yukon got some talent coming, and Sarah Strong is going to be is Sarah Strong a freshman or a sophomore this year?
She's a freshman this year.
So next year she was expecting that mantle. What you got to AZ? What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove it to? At this point in your college career, you are who you are. You winning a national championship won't raise your stock. You going back to school next year, averaging 2 to 3 more points a game, won't raise your stock. You are who you are. You're an injury-prone player with a high upside, but a rock bottom low side. Because at any moment, you can blow your knee out. At any moment. This isn't conjecture. This isn't innuendo. This isn't an opinion. This is fact. This is fact. It's been happening since your freshman year in high school. This is fact. You barely played your sophomore year in high school because of that same knee. This is fact. And you missed games your senior year because of the same knee. This is facts. You missed your high school first playoff game because of your knee. This is fact. You started off this season injured. This is fact. The same knee. You were on a minute restriction. You would play 2 games, sit 3. Play 1 game, sit 2. What are you coming back for? AZ, go get your money. Go live out your lifelong dream. There's nothing else Yukon can do for you. Literally, when you return, there needs to be a you and me. We meet in the middle and we both get something out of this. You know what I'm saying, Key? Like, we both get something out of this. I get a championship out of this. We can help you raise your draft stock. You know? Key, it ain't like she was at Kansas State and next year she's returning to go to Duke or to go to Yukon. She's already at Yukon. Go live out your dream. I was so upset when I heard that. Again, this isn't like the NBA. Whether she gets picked 4th or 10th, you're getting the same contract. You're about to miss out on millions. You're getting the same contract. You still gonna have whatever NIL deals you got in college. You're gonna be able to take them to the next level because they got a bigger platform throughout the year. It ain't like you losing your NIL. When I heard this, Key, I called my homeboy immediately. Like, what is this? Who helped her make this decision? I don't like to tell people what to do. You want to stay in college, do that. But just me personally, I was upset when I seen that headline. I was upset. Like, nah. You don't got nothing to prove. You're a 3-and-D player. You are who you are. It ain't like it ain't like she going back to show people she could be a point guard or something. Like, but yeah, I'm disappointed. We'll see though. We'll see. To each his own. That's just my opinion. Shout out to her. Maybe she want to just get a little more healthy, but tomorrow isn't promised. And with your injury history, tomorrow's game ain't promised. But yeah, that's why I met with her and her returning, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of these people are, the number that they get drafted at matters to them as well, or matters to somebody. So I don't know if that's what it is. Like, if I'm not top 5, I don't want to come out this year. If I'm not, things like that matter sometimes. So it could have been that. I definitely could see where you're like, I mean, nothing's going to change. Your game's not going to change. There's nothing else for you to show. And I think people could obviously see your upside. So there's that, but I don't know if she just feels like I want to show them I could be healthy for a whole season. I don't know what it is, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what she does next year with Yukon and how they're looking. I definitely felt like what was next for Yukon was a Sarah Strong, uprising. It'll be the start to her increasingly getting better, getting a lot more offense. I feel like I think she's one of those type players. I don't know what Yukon's recruiting had looked like coming into this next year.
They got the young lady. I think she's from Texas. She's a shooter. They got the young lady from Texas. She's a shooter. They got the point guard. I think she's from New Jersey. She's coming. They got another big coming. So I'm interested to see what their front court looks like. She's gonna play her freshman year, but she's a talented big. I forgot her name. I think she's from she's from Northeast too. I think she's from like New York as well. I don't know, but he got some. He don't have like I don't know where he ranked his recruiting class. You know where his recruiting class ranks?
No, I don't. I know Kim has the number 1 next year, but I don't know what his is. No.
I don't think it's top 5 because I seen the top 5 list and I don't remember Yukon being in it.
Okay.
I don't remember Yukon being on the top 5. Because I'm just wondering. I mean, I see someone in the chat said about the salary for rookies. Maybe that's why she's going back. But
I mentioned that. I was like, maybe she thinks because of the CBA it'll be higher.
But again, Key, AZ isn't your normal rookie. He has $1 million NIL deals. And like she going in and 76 is going to be her salary. You know what I'm saying? That's just rent to her. That's just her rent. She got all these deals. She's with Steph Curry. Literally. Yeah. She was the first female athlete for Steph Curry. Literally. So it ain't like she missing out on no bread. So I'm confused though, man.
Actually, I typed this into Google. It's saying they've offered, but they haven't had anybody commit yet. That's what it's telling me right now. As of March 26, 2025, Yukon's women's basketball has not yet made any commitments for the 2026 recruiting class, but they are actively recruiting top prospects, including Kate Harpring, a highly ranked guard from Atlanta. See if you could find it, but I don't see. It says that they offered.
They got like 5 commits.
Oh, maybe
what news reporter that is.
Is you know what it is? It's the AI thing on Google. Like it makes it come up.
Okay. Yeah, they ain't gonna show that. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. But I mean, we'll see. Look, best of luck to AZ. We'll see her. We'll hopefully see her in the draft next year. Hope she does good things, and we can only hope that she stays healthy. So hey, I hope she's good with her decision. And I hope it really works out for her. But listen, speaking of AZ and Yukon and Gino and all of them, let's go ahead and get into.
I'm looking at the thing right now. Her name is Khalees Fisher. She's what IMG Academy. She's that point guard. That's the point guard I was talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the stage is set for Sweet 16. We got a lot of great games coming up. Some of the best games of this season are coming up. Teams that we wouldn't normally see play each other too. I think that's what I'm excited for, at least throughout the season. I love to see those matchups during March Madness, but whose candles will be blown out? Listen, I could tell y'all my Elite 8. I got Duke edging it out over North Carolina. I think they're gonna mucky it up again. I LSU beating NC State for sure. I got Notre Dame beating TCU this time. I do have Notre Dame beating TCU. And then I have Yukon beating Oklahoma. I have South Carolina beating Maryland. I got Ole Miss beating UCLA. I got Tennessee beating Texas. And I got USC beating Kansas State. So that's my Elite Eight. The ones where it's like if edged out, I wouldn't be surprised. I got Notre Dame beating TCU, but if they edged out, I wouldn't be surprised. If UCLA edged out, I wouldn't be surprised. And if Texas edged out, I would not be surprised. Also, with Juju not being on USC, it's possible for Kansas State to get some edge to them as well. So
who's your so if you had to pick one upset, like go on a limb, look, somebody walk up there and you're like, hey, I'm gonna give you $100,000 to place a bet on the upset. Who you placing it on?
Oh, on an upset?
Who you placing that $100,000 on?
Gosh, that's hard. It's gonna be between.
Yeah. Is that It's just that close. This is going to be a major Sweet 16. It's just that close.
Yeah, I mean Kansas State. You could probably bet with Juju being gone. You could bet on TCU possibly if Notre Dame's head is not in the damn game. I could see Ole Miss upsetting UCLA. That would be an upset. Tennessee and Texas. That's an upset.
Yeah.
If Tennessee was the win, right? So, yeah. I definitely think LSU beats NC State. I don't see no upset with that at all. North Carolina is good, but every time I've watched them, it's like they don't have enough to get over the hump. I be feeling like, but they're good. But I still think Duke beats them. What about you though? What you thinking? Like, where you see whose candles do you see be blown out?
So I'm gonna give my predictions first. Then I got 2 upsets, and I think I got 2 upsets, and both of these might come true. So make sure y'all clip this. So I got UNC over Duke. I got South Carolina over Maryland. I got North Carolina State over LSU. I got Ole Miss over UCLA. I got Notre Dame over. No, I got TCU beating Notre Dame. And I got Texas. I got Texas over Tennessee. I got Yukon over Oklahoma. And even without Juju, I still got USC over Kansas State. Here's my 2 upsets, though. My 2 upsets. Upset alert. I got Maryland over South Carolina. Upset alert. Look, Keith. This game gonna be a blowout. This gonna be a South Carolina blowout or an overtime Maryland win. That's what this game gonna be. That game gonna be a blowout or an overtime Maryland win. Maybe that might go in double overtime. My other upset is Oklahoma over Yukon. I haven't been a fan of Oklahoma all year, but I watched their first 2 tournament games. I'm impressed. They that Cinderella team that remember last year, North Carolina State, like they were like middle of the pack, okay, good all year long, and then they made it to the Final Four. Oklahoma plays like that. Like it's just something about them. Like they when you watch them play, you could tell they really hang out. Like you ever see a team and you can tell they really hang out together? I watch how they play. I think they really hang out together. Like they really, they when one person goes to the mall, 6 of them come. When one person goes out, 6 of them come. Somebody got a one of their mom's birthday parties, half of the team there. Like I could just tell the way they play, the way they interact in the huddle. Again, with me, I tell you, I watch people body language, not what people say. When I watch games, I watch body languages. Like, I got Oklahoma upsetting Yukon, and I got Maryland upsetting South Carolina. Again, those coming from Facebook, my Louisianians, I know y'all gonna be upset.
He's wrong. He's so
Look. LSU wins this game, and Florida. So if Florida shows up, LSU wins this game. But she been so inconsistent. I'm not willing to put a bet on it. If Florida, because Key, let me ask you this. If LSU plays the way that they played against Florida State, do they win this game?
I'm an honest person. I gotta go back, and we were live for Stars Hoop Central. I did not get to really watch that game. I gotta go back and watch that game. So I can't speak on that, but I don't need to watch the game to know that LSU is gonna beat NC State. I don't know what Prince is talking about. I do not subscribe to that foolishness. I just don't.
We'll be.
And I love Isaiah James. I love Isaiah James. That's my girl. And Zoe Brooks is also a quiet assassin. Okay, quiet, but I just don't. They don't have it. They don't have. If they had maybe like one other player to edge it out to me, I think I could like be like, yeah, NC State. But look, I'm not gonna act like LSU hasn't been straight clownery this entire season. They quite literally want to give you a heart attack before they pull off the win. They play messy. They are poor at decision making. They don't have a leader. I mean, it's a lot of holes in them. So I'm not gonna sit up here like it's no way they could lose the game. But I just don't see them losing against NC State. That's where I'm at. But I will go back to watch that game versus Florida State, so I could watch it in its entirety.
Watch it, and I need you to text me and be like, and give me your answer. So I need you to, after you watch it, text me and give me your answer, because I think if LSU comes out with that same play style and same mindset they did against Florida State, hey, they're gonna get that work.
I mean, I definitely think it's going to be a game, and I'm excited for that. Like, I think it's going to be a game. It's not going to be, LSU smacked them or anything like that. Nah, I think it's about to be a game going back and forth for the most part. So we'll see. What's the other one you said? Oklahoma and Yukon.
Over Yukon.
I just can't see that one. I can't see the Oklahoma versus Yukon one.
I've just watched Yukon all year, and the games they lose, they come out like I got this already, and that's what scares me about Yukon.
Yeah,
when they like against South Carolina, they came out on their heels because like they knew they had to show up. At the beginning of the season, they didn't take Notre Dame serious enough.
Yeah,
they came out. Notre Dame punched them in the mouth, and they didn't know how to recover because they're not a great shooting team. They can't shoot their way back into a game because they're not a great shooting team. They got a great shooter in AZ, but outside of that, they're not a great like we gonna shoot our way back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I think Gino got in but I think the South Carolina game for me was the shift in their energy. But I do know what you're talking about, like, versus Tennessee when they lost to Tennessee. I think they played like, yeah, we gonna win this, you know what I'm saying? And then Tennessee got physical with them. Tennessee got in their face, and it was like they didn't know what to do. Yeah, they're physical. Oklahoma is a physical team, especially Reagan Beers in the paint. But I think they got it, and I think that's the reason why they pull off the win. I don't think they're gonna play like that. I think if they got any sense too, they've been playing these easy teams. this is the one where you want to start revving your engine. Like this is not one, you know, because then your next one is possibly LSU or NC State, whoever pulls off that win. Well, no, UCLA or LSU or NC State or Ole Miss, any of them teams. So you want to start getting your feet wet and really competing versus what these teams they've been playing before now, which has been blowouts. So yeah, and then you had TCU over Notre Dame. And then Maryland over South Carolina. I got South Carolina blowing them out. Especially without that one girl. I think because that one girl is hurt too.
She hurt.
I think if she wasn't hurt, I definitely could be with you on some. It's about to be up and stuck.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because
Maryland
she tore her ACL.
Yeah.
And even as quiet as it's kept, Cheyenne is working with hers. She's a little gimpy too. So but we gonna see.
She's dealing with the
knee stuff. So we gonna see. It's gonna be a good game.
I mean,
she did.
She had like 29, 30, 28, 30, 29, something like that. Yeah. She balled out last game. I just with Notre Dame.
They another LSU to me.
Is it really an upset? Because TCU is ranked higher. So is
yeah,
it really an upset or no?
But I think it's the favorite team. Like LSU is the favorite team.
Is it an upset because we feel like Notre Dame is just a better team? Versus like what the record says, right?
Yes.
And what they rank. We just feel like Notre Dame's a better team.
I think is it upset the number and ranking, or is it the favored team? I think it's upset can be based off of favored team because people are going to favor LSU over NC State. So the upset would be NC State beating LSU versus LSU beating NC State. People are going to favor Notre Dame over TCU, you know, even though they already beat them. So it would be an upset. So I guess that's why. But I mean,
that's why people gonna go crazy off of my LSU versus NC take. But if they watching this video, you can clearly see NC is the higher seed. So the take isn't really that crazy. We just got better. We just got a bigger belief that LSU is better than NC State. But the take isn't that crazy. You get what I'm saying? That's why this Sweet 16 is way better than last year one. I'm sorry. No,
it is.
And Clark was in it. I'm sorry. But this one, man, it got some storylines.
For sure. I think it's better too. Like, because for me, going a little bit further, I got LSU coming out of all of this. So for me, it would be no, not winning, but coming out of this. So it would be LSU versus Yukon in the Final Four for me. And I would like to see that because I would never see Yukon and LSU play each other. Yeah, they don't set those games up. So I don't know. I would like to see. It's like certain teams. I'll be like, damn. Huh?
Did UConn play Texas this year?
No.
UConn didn't play Texas?
I don't remember them playing Texas.
So they only played Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember them playing Texas.
How you play Texas and Tennessee and don't play LSU? That was weird.
No, I think they only played Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the only one they played. Tennessee and South Carolina from SEC.
Yeah. I mean, not Texas, South Carolina. My bad. It wasn't Texas.
Yeah.
It was South Carolina. How you play South Carolina and Tennessee and don't play LSU? That was weird.
Yeah, and it could have been Kim. I think don't the coaches have to do with their scheduling and all of that, or?
No, it's more of the ADs. It got it's the ADs and the boosters because it's like, okay, what games you want to spend the money on? That's why you'll have some like double A Division Ones in there. They squeak in there so they can get their revenue up. Like so, it's the AD and the boosters really. Even though the boosters are supposed to be anonymous and suspicious, but it's the AD and the boosters.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I definitely think Tennessee could beat Texas, man. I really do. I definitely think Tennessee could beat Texas, but I want to see because for me, I'm like I want to see, and I know we'll talk about this later on, but I definitely want to see LSU versus Yukon. I don't want to see UCLA versus Yukon, or I'd be cool with NC State versus Yukon. I'd be cool with that, but I don't know. I want to see.
So you wouldn't want to see NC State versus Notre Dame? Oh no, Notre Dame on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah. That's why it's like, yeah, I would want to see that rematch for sure, but that's only if they get all the way. That would be the only way. But so it would be LSU Yukon for me, and South Carolina versus Notre Dame. Like, I want to see South Carolina versus Notre Dame. Okay. Locked in. Let's be clear. I'm talking about these teams at their highest peak. It's not, I don't want to see no blowout or nothing. So I'm just assuming a game in the South Carolina, I would like to see it. I would enjoy seeing that matchup. A locked in LSU and a locked in Yukon, I would enjoy seeing that matchup. Versus, I don't want to see a South Carolina and Texas again. I don't. I'm cool with seeing a South Carolina and Tennessee. I'm cool with that. But I'd rather Notre Dame. I'm cool with NC State versus Yukon, I guess, but no, I'd rather LSU. I don't want to see UCLA either versus Yukon. That's just me. I just see the most competitive games, or like the best basketball, are my favorite, right? We all got our own favorites, so that's why those are my final four that I would want to see, and it's a possibility as well.
So, okay. Quick question. While we on that, must-see TV championship game. No, it ain't got to be your prediction. I'm talking must-see TV. Must-see TV.
Championship game.
Must-see TV. Not your prediction. Must-see TV. I'm interested to see.
I'm interested
to hear this. He done turned the cap. Y'all get ready. He done turned the cap, man. Y'all get ready.
Must-see TV championship March Madness 2025. If we keeping it a green bean, it's two of them. So it's two must-see TVs. The first one is just off of revenge, like Yukon versus South Carolina. Okay. That's gonna be, to me, must-see TV because of what happened. It wasn't that damn long ago. It was like 6 games ago. So that is must-see TV to me in the championship game. Mm-hmm. Another must-see TV to me, if both teams are locked in, is a LSU versus Notre Dame, because they the same team to me.
You think they're the same team?
Somewhat. Like their front court ain't the strongest.
Okay, you talking about
they
systematically?
Like they got a big three. I mean, Anissa Morrow is definitely better than their bigs per se, but LSU's front court is not a strong front court by any means.
Yeah.
I love Anissa, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, they got a big.
Notre Dame's is king of bus. They front court is king of bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Maddie ain't been Maddie. Yeah.
No, not at all. You got a decent bench. I think LSU has a decent bench if Kim would act like it. And then you got the big threes or whatever as well. It would be just unsuspected, I feel like, and I think it would be a pretty evenly matched thing. I think LSU versus Notre Dame will be one of them ones as well. And yes, South Carolina versus Yukon. LSU versus South Carolina as well would not be. That was a close game the last time. That would be LSU versus South Carolina in the championship game, man. That would be a crazy one, because that game could have been anybody's game. To me, LSU just did not have a leader. To me, that's why they lost. LSU could have won that game.
Yeah,
they lost in the fourth quarter, I think, and with 6 minutes left or something like that. If I remember, it wasn't. And they just they just dismantled and just let it go and let the game get away from them. So I think a locked in LSU and South Carolina rematch would go crazy too. I could see why people would think Yukon versus Notre Dame too. I could see people liking that matchup as well. So yeah, what you got? What's a must-see TV for you? Some CTVs for you?
Must see. And we got 130 people in here, man. Hit the like button, man. Again, if you ain't subscribed to our channels, go to the description on this video and hit the links for each of these channels. That way you don't got to type it in. Let's get my girl to 1K. So if you watching this stream and you ain't subscribed to Key yet, we actually at 134 now. So we got 134 people in here. Go get my girl to 1K. Get her in the thousands club so she could join the 1,000 club party. Again, I'm almost at 32. I probably am. I ain't checked since this stream started. I don't know if I am, but I was like 7 away from 3,200. So give me the 32 and get my girl to 1K, man. I'm gonna go LSU, South Carolina, and I'm gonna go. Man, I actually got 3, but I
see, exactly.
Look, I actually got 3, but I'm gonna do 2. So I got South Carolina versus LSU, and I got UCLA versus USC. That's my other one, because I think
but that's not a championship game. They on the same side.
They on the same side. Oh man, they on the same
that's the
side.
Final Four. That will be a Final Four matchup.
Oh man, that'll be a good Final Four. Because I
that fourth game.
I think because see, last game I think Juju, her play style helped UCLA last time they played. So, and I know USC beat them the time before that, but her play style helped UCLA more than it helped USC that last time they played. So I want to see a rematch with them without Juju just to see if my theory is right.
Yeah.
Not saying USC is not a better team with Juju. Y'all already know how I feel about Juju. That's my favorite in college right now. But her play style helped them. Her play style played into UCLA hands last time they played. Their coach made an adjustment, and her play style played into her adjustment. Dang. So Yukon, who on the same side of the bracket? Yukon, UCLA, Notre Dame. Is it
no,
LSU,
and Ole Miss and UCLA, Yukon, and LSU, and Kansas State and USC, and then Duke, South Carolina, Tennessee, Notre Dame is on the right hand side. So my Final Four is South Carolina, Notre Dame, LSU, Yukon.
Dang, man. I'm gonna go. Look, this might be off the wall, but I think this game would be wild. I'm talking wild. LSU versus TCU.
Oh my God. No. Absolutely not.
Look, it's off the wall, right? But you got storylines in it. Look, must see. This is not my picks. That's why I clarified, like, not our picks, but like must see TV. I want to see Haley Van Lith go up against LSU.
You're gonna have to see that in the next lifetime. They not making it through South Carolina or Maryland, even if they had to go against Maryland.
Key, we're not saying they're gonna make it. We're just giving our predictions. If it was like must see TV,
yeah.
Just like if somebody walked up to you and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna grant you one wish of seeing one game, must see TV, and then I'm gonna send you back to reality."
Yeah.
I would love to see LSU versus South Carolina and LSU versus TCU. Now, this was my third one though. My third one was Notre Dame versus Tennessee. That
They
was
on
my
the
third
same
one.
side. Yes. They got to get through them to get to South Carolina.
So they're gonna have to play each other.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm tuning in for that game because
I'm tuned in.
It's gonna be offense versus defense. Let's see who wins. It's gonna be offense versus defense.
This is definitely a better March Madness than last year, y'all. These matchups is crazy. These matchups is crazy. Like, and Tennessee has to make it through.
I'd love to see a Yukon versus Tennessee rematch.
Yep. You got me on that one.
I like to see that.
That rematch will be nice. That rematch will be nice too. A Yukon versus Tennessee. If Tennessee can make it past South Carolina. Yep, that'll be a nice one. It's a few of them that's like I wouldn't be mad at them, but some of them I just think I would find boring, y'all. I'm sorry. UCLA's offensive game is boring to me. It's boring. Lauren Betts, we got to pass it into Lauren Betts. She got to pass it back out. We got to hope the guards show up. It's really that simple. It's not very intricate. I'm not gonna act like Notre Dame's is or even LSU's is intricate per se, but UCLA's is just boring. It's Lauren Betts or bust, and if the guards don't show up, it's pretty easy to beat them if you ask me. So that's why I don't want to see UCLA, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Texas either. Don't want to see Texas. Sorry, they another one.
Texas.
Yeah, I don't want to see.
I don't like Texas. I'm a Maddie Book fan. She's in my top 10 in college, but I'm not real big on Texas. So I'm not real big on Texas. I'm not real big on UCLA, and I'm not real big on Kansas State. Like that's the three teams. And Duke is North Carolina is kind of in there too, but they will be number 4 because I like Duke. I've been a Duke fan all year. A while back, me and HD was talking, and I was telling HD Duke and Ohio State was my 2 sleeper teams. So I was upset when Ohio State lost, but Duke was one of my sleeper teams as well. I just like the way they kind of move the ball and they play together. They play with high, even if they don't play good defense, they play with high energy. Like they're a fun team to watch. It ain't boring. Even if you're not a fan of them. You know, like some teams you're just not a fan of, but if they're on TV, you're just going to watch them because they're not boring.
Yeah.
You're just not a fan of the team.
I'll be honest with you. I think what makes them not boring is who they play, though. I think they're boring. I do think Texas is boring.
You think they're boring?
Oh, you said Duke. My bad. I thought you were talking about Texas. My bad. No. Duke. I like watching Duke. Yeah.
Texas is boring. Texas is boring.
Texas is boring. Yes, for sure. Texas is definitely boring.
Texas is boring.
Man, I'm hoping some of these we said we do end up seeing though, because I think some of them are like a Yukon and South Carolina is definitely possible. LSU versus South Carolina or Notre Dame is definitely possible. So I'm hoping some of those come true. Yukon versus Tennessee even. It's gonna get crazier, y'all. We are gonna see some upsets though. I know we are. I feel like it's a lot of them for me is like, nah, this person's gonna win, that person's gonna win, but we're gonna see some upsets for sure. But listen, it's gonna be at least in the elite.
One of these teams losing. You bet your bottom dollar.
Like out of all this setup here, you feel like it's gonna be an upset or 2 for sure.
I think, again, my money is on USC and Yukon.
Yeah. Oh, you think USC gonna beat Yukon?
No.
That's what you're saying.
No. My upsets. My upsets.
Oh,
my upsets are Texas and Yukon.
Okay.
That's my upsets.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, y'all. Man, look, some great basketball going on. A great week in women's college basketball as well, and will continue to be so. With Sweet 16 coming up, the games start back up on Friday. Man, you got some great matchups. I'm gonna be locked in, watching all of them. Definitely make sure y'all check them out because we'll be back here next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central to talk about some of these games. So y'all know I'll be giving homework. Make sure y'all watch, pay attention, check them out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all could come back here next week and we could talk about it. Man, a lot of these topics were great, from Chicago Sky's coaching staff, AZ Fudd staying, our upsets that we've seen around 64-32, and the upsets we think we're going to see going forward, and how far we think USC is going to go. Is their dream over? Let's see, man. So look, y'all keep coming back every Wednesday, again, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern time. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share. Subscribe to both channels, y'all. Subscribe to both channels. I'm at 743 subscribers. Got to get to 1K. Zoe said he's 7 away from 32. So let's get him up there, y'all. Both channels. If you subscribe to him, subscribe to me. If you subscribe to me,
I was 7 away when the stream started. So let me see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6 away. So shout out to whoever just subscribed.
Yeah. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through every week, man. Without y'all, this show is nothing. We're gonna keep giving y'all this good content. Episode 7 is out next week. We hope to see y'all here. Then this has been a great episode. Thank y'all for coming through. You got any last words, Prince?
Well, we got a trailer to show y'all, and did we do the weekly All-Star?
We did not. I'm so sorry, y'all. We got a couple things. My bad. Look, we do have a weekly All-Star in the women's ball. It's gonna go to none other than USC's Kiki Arafin, who stepped up in a major way when Juju went down and showed leadership on the court. So shout out to Kiki, man, because I know she said in the interview she's been struggling mentally with hearing the talk of her being not a top 5 WNBA prospect. So shout out to her for pulling through either way, despite what it's been doing to her mentally. Yeah, shout out to Kiki. And then another big announcement on Mondays. The reason why we had to move is because we have a great show that we've started on Mondays, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Stars Hoops Central. We got the likes of me, I Am Zoe Media, Showtime, HDB, and Shamaria. Listen, if you want to hear some great basketball takes, but also us dropping knowledge from perspectives, you're never going to hear the same thought. And even when we agree on it, we giving you a different perspective between each other. I really enjoyed the first episode, so make sure y'all go over to Stars Hoop Central and subscribe. That's where all our content will be. It's not going to be on our personal pages, y'all, so you got to go over there to get the content. And make sure you show up 5 p.m. Central and 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
No room for complaints. Bounce that thought, let the dialogue reign. Star Hoop Central, we reign in the game. Fast break the logic, no time for delay. Full court press, every word that we say. From zones to the man, the schemes we unweave. Breaking the box score, we don't just believe. Debate in the key, where clutch get defined. MVP stats or the heart in the grind. Legends get forged in the fires of our chat. Star Hoop Central, where the real game's at.
Go subscribe, y'all. Go subscribe, because that's where all our content will not be on our personal pages. So you got to get over there. We got a lot of great things coming up. A lot of topics we'll be covering, and a lot of knowledge to drop. So make sure y'all go check out Stars Hoops Central. When you type it in, it's going to be the only thing that pops up. That's how exclusive it is. So make sure you type that in and subscribe. Again, thank y'all so much for coming through. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one of Excuse the Takeover, episode 7. Be safe, y'all.
Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.